So today we're going to have a look at high misalignment spacers. What are they and how do they work, all that kind of stuff. And Maple Bay Graphics set me up with this awesome Grotto One hoodie. Ooh. So this is a sample of a rod end like what I'm using on my suspension build project. So a really slick piece of equipment right here. It's got that rotating ball and socket set up in there. So, real handy, but they do have limitations as far as movement, as you can see. So I'm going to take this here and I'm going to pretend that this is a bolt just to simulate what would happen. So you can see it'll only go so far and then the bolt will contact the side. Now if I was building it in such a way where I only needed very little movement, well then that's fine. But for the front suspension, I'm trying to max this out and coax more movement out of it. So that's where these come in. So this is a high misalignment spacer, and I ordered a bunch of these up in stainless steel. And they're also available in regular steel, but I didn't want to have to deal with the rust, and I think these are probably stronger anyways. And when I ordered the rod ends, I ordered them with the opening much larger than what I needed so that I could reduce it down with these and still end up with the bolt size and the strength that I needed. So now this is it's an insert. It's a real precision fit. And look how it changes the look of the whole assembly here. And if you look close, you can see the line there. You can see the joint. So before the bolt, it would bottom out on the side right around here. Well, look what happens now. See how much more articulation is gained? It's like the slickest thing since sliced bread. So the back suspension, I don't really have a problem with the articulation of the rod ends because I'm just dealing with the vertical movement of the suspension. So what I did is I matched the rod ends to that and I put them in a vertical position also. And then I've got all the movement that I need. But it's the front where I've got the extra wild card in there, because now I got to deal with the suspension and the steering, and I want to max out both. So here I've got the rod ends in a horizontal position, and you can see that the misalignment spacers are in there. I'm going to set you guys up right about there on that A-arm looking down at this rod end. Okay, so I'm going to drop you guys down and I'm going to max out these misalignment spacers. Now this is farther down than what I would ever let the suspension go, but I'm just showing you what kind of articulation this whole setup has. So now we're going to go right up to the top here. So, and it's huge, you know. Now I'll give you a shot from the side. Okay, so the way this is set up now with these spacers, it's actually giving me 42 inches of vertical, which is some nice big numbers. And if I would take these spacers out and just run large bolts in there instead, then I'd end up with about 20 inches of vertical. So it makes a huge difference. And so 42 inches, I'm not going to have 42 inches of travel in the machine. Probably knock off about 10 of that. And it's mostly going to come off of the bottom. It has to do with geometry and the way the steering works as the angles become extreme. So there's a bunch of stuff here that I don't have time for in this video. But anyways, just going to show you the stuff about the spacers and stuff. And I appreciate you coming and checking out this video. And I get to hang out with you guys a bit again in the shop and stuff. So it's all good.